What is up, everyone? I hope everyone's enjoying another new day so far. It's actually starting out pretty nice today. So let's take it on. Yeah, this is where we got to be careful. There we go. Ah, more webs. The spiders just don't learn. Yep. Everywhere I go. Spiders. Critters are stupid. I can say that. This is where I have to duck. Every time. Oh, and gonna have to let you guys go from here. At least for the time being. This is funny. Watching people scare each other like this.
Just became the prey.
Yep. Oh, Michael Myers mask without a costume.
To work on his timing?
Yeah, he does. Alrighty, everyone. Just got done using the restroom. I also got done watching a Facebook video where he, it's an older video, about a year ago, where he investigated the Queen Mary's most haunted room, B340. And that, I know some of you don't believe in that stuff, but I've seen evidence that it does exist. Because some of the stuff, I've heard some weird activity in a house I used to live in, up in Woodbridge with somebody else. The floors would creak every night, and not settlement issues, because the house was barely more than 20 years old at the time. The house was barely more than 40 or 50 years old at the time. Really. I confused it with this NASA's property for a second. And not only that, but the doors moved on their own. No way that house had settlement issues that bad to where the floors would only creak at night. Seriously. The fact that they only creak at night. When even the dogs were asleep. It tells you something. And then the fact that the door opened on its own. There were no windows open because it was in the middle of the winter. What is up, everyone? Welcome to another video on 510 Insights. There is a post I would like to show you that someone put online. And it's quite stupid, really. Let me get to it first. If this thing will actually stop acting out. There we go. First thing it says here. It's ridiculous how everybody is now turning to reimagine the entire history of Zack Snyder in the DCU. The narrative around his time is getting twisted and rewritten in ways that don't line up with what actually played out when those movies were releasing. Yeah. This guy basically first defends the guy. I did like some of Zack Snyder's contributions to the DC universe, to the DC movies. Man of Steel was a bold, different, and ambitious take on Superman that felt fresh at the time, and I genuinely enjoyed it. Basically, he's saying some positive stuff so far. But here's the thing. Here's the ending part. By the time of Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice came, a huge chunk of the audience was already completely fed up with his style. The reviews on the movie and the amount of money it makes says otherwise. And the amount of money it made says otherwise. The movie made over $600 million. Deconstructive tone. No, it was not deconstructive. The stuff added to the universe. They needed to be torn down. No, not true. It started wearing thin for a lot of people. No, it did not. Proof the amount of money it made, and the amount of money the DC movies continued to make. The mixed and often negative reception wasn't something that appeared years later in hindsight. Actually, it is. Money didn't start disappearing until The Flash. Well, two movies. The Flash is when people really started walking away. When they chose to let Ezra Miller keep his role as the Flash. After he committed quite the crime. Rewriting the history now fit whatever current take is convenient. Just feels silly. Basically, the guy, put simply, if you actually pay attention to the way he put it though, it appeared he was putting both positive and negatives on it, kind of mixing the reviews. But the reality of it is, he was just quoting what others have said. Things that he was basically fact checking everybody. Truth of it is, the movies made some good money. Let's prove it. Come on. Man of Steel made... Yeah, it had a $225 million budget. Let's see what it made. Let's see here. Made over $670 million at the box office, Man of Steel. And that's worldwide. They made their money back. Batman vs. Superman made over $874 million with a budget of no more than $325 million. Yeah. If anything, the audience got bigger when Batman vs. Superman came out. Wonder Woman box office, $824 million. At a $200 million budget. Yeah. Wonder Woman 1984. Yeah, that one was the worst one, apparently. 169 million. Wonder Woman 1984 was the worst one when it comes to its market, even though it was actually a good movie. See here. Justice League, $657 million on a $300 million budget. Aquaman was literally the best one of all the DC movies. 1.6 billion at the box office. 1.6 billion. And the budget was definitely nowhere close to that. The budget was, look at that. You guys hear me here? The DC Universe was running strong. Let's see here what the budget was. Budget, no more than 200 million. Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, over 440 million. With a budget of 215 million max. Yeah. The worst ones were a few very specific movies. There was a second Shazam movie that's had the worst review, that had some of the worst. The first one, over 367 million over a $100 million budget. Yeah, it made plenty to keep it going. Fury of the Gods, 134 million worldwide. Against a $125 million budget. That was not nearly enough. Black Adam box office, 393 million against a $260 budget. Better, but still not enough. Wonder Woman 1984 was at 169 million, as you guys will remember. The Flash, 268 million. Budget of 200 million. Now that movie did so terribly because they chose to let a criminal continue his role instead of recasting it. And the story could have been better. It did not quite match up with the comics or the animated ones. The animated Flash movie, the Flashpoint Paradox, did way better. The DC Universe started dying because of the Flash movie, really, guys. That's what really killed it. The Snyderverse. Then James Gunn came along. He did good with Superman, but with Supergirl, he dropped the ball. Big time. He kept it comic accurate with the Superman movie, with the appearances of the characters. However, Supergirl made a few too many changes. It was supposed to be based on the Woman of Tomorrow comics, which means she was supposed to keep her character, that Millie Alcock should have kept the character accurate to the comics. But apparently she didn't. From the things I've been hearing. I'm going to have to watch it to see for sure. What they did with Krem, they really dropped the ball on that. Because, let me look at you. Let me give you an idea here. What Krem looked like. That's what they did to Krem. There is nothing comic accurate about that. Let me show you what he looked like in the comics. That's his comic book appearance. This guy, all they had to do was dye his hair, and they would have actually had a good look for him. He would have looked perfect for the role had they actually just dyed his hair instead of what they did. Let's see the Supergirl box office, because I guarantee you that had a nasty. Oh, that's a bad one. Let's see here. Come on. $107 million at the box office. The budget was over 186 million at the highest. Minimum 170. They didn't even come close to breaking even. Supergirl flopped. Bad, because they screwed it up so bad. And if you actually pay attention, the actress herself said some pretty stupid things. Claimed people were out to get her and stuff like that. She is so insufferable, it's not even funny. For response to Supergirl flop. Stating that the negativity stems from a vocal minority of burner accounts that have a problem with a woman starring as a powerful superhero. Look at that. Bullshit. That's not true. She's basically saying that people are out to get her, when that could not be further from the truth. Proof? There's good proof of that. Watch the movie Wonder Woman. People actually loved that movie. People loved it. And the lead was a woman. That should tell you something. People are not against women playing powerful characters. The problem of it is that Millie Alcock did not do it right. The movie was bad. The character that she portrayed did not match the comic. And the character design for the villain was horrible. Anyways, guys, I hope you found this informative. If you did, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next video. Peace. Hey guys, just got a room for the night because it's supposed to rain. I just hope my tent doesn't get soaked through again. But it's definitely not going to be a light rain tonight. Thunderstorms from about 3 to about 3 or 4 to 7 o'clock tonight. I told my family I'd come around there, pick something up for a little bit after 7. Which means this car is going to be staying on me for a little bit.
Said Angus steak and melty Cooper cheese. It's the best cheese. It's the best meat. It's only available.